Okay, so let us now discuss how the impulse transduction from the one neuron to another neuron is happening. Okay, how the impulse transduction process is being traveling from one neuron to another neuron. What is the necessity and how the voltage gated ion channels are playing its important role. How it is happening. So we have the x-axis here and we have the y-axis here. Okay, and in the x-axis I have graduated the x-axis with the second in the unit of second and the y-axis in the unit of the voltage or the potential difference. Now, in order to understand, so let me write the units first, represent the y-axis first. This is represented it in millisecond. Okay. Millisecond, and this one is represented in millivolt, MV. Okay. This is represented in millisecond and this is represented in millivolt. Okay, now in order to understand that how the voltage gated ion channels are playing its role in its signal transduction pathway from one synapse to the another synapse, how the signal transduction is being carried forward, we need to first understand that what is the role play of the potential difference present here, how the potential difference is being created. Okay, firstly we have this y-axis here as I have drawn and the x-axis here. This is in second and this is in voltage. So the potential difference versus the time I have plotted, I have depicted in this graph right here. Now, when a particular electrical shock is being generated from any external stimuli or internal stimuli via the afferent neurons or the sensory neurons to the central nervous system, then what happens? A wave of electrical shock is traversing through the neurons, through the myelins of the neurons of the nerve cells. So in that case what happened? The myelinated sheath or the myelin layer of the nerve fiber would come into the action of majorly partaking this positive negative difference. The difference is nothing but the potential difference or known as the flux. Okay, the positive negative potential difference between the inner membrane and the outer membrane, and that is the way how the electrical signal is carried forward via the myelin sheath of the neuronal cells. Now, firstly, when the electrical shock is hitting the first neuron cell or the nerve cell, then what happened? The sodium positive ions that are present outside that particular nerve cell, within the extracellular matrix of the neuronal cell or the nerve cell, would enter through the voltage gated ion channels of the sodium positive ions. Okay, those Na positive ions through the voltage gated ion channels of the sodium channel itself only would enter directly within the neuron, within the space of the neuron, within the cytosol of the neuron. Okay, so that is when the initiation of the signal transduction is happening. So due to the shock or due to that vibration, the myelin sheath, what it is doing, it is opening the voltage gated ion channels of the sodium positive ions. So the sodium positive ions from the extracellular matrix or the external space is entering directly within the cytosol of the neuron. The cytosol of the neuron, that is within the axon body or the axon head. Okay, the entire neuron has dendron and axon. The structure of the entire neuron is like this. This is what the structure is. This is how the structure looks like. Okay, and from here is starting the dendron. Dendron is starting from here and the axon is projecting through the axon tunnel to the polar ends of the or polar heads of the axon, where it is terminating, and another axon like this of another neuron is beginning from this particular portion, from this particular subsequent portion, from this particular area another axon is beginning. Now this is what the cytosol of the, this is where the cytosol of the axon is present, and this is where the nucleus or the pericardion of the axon is present, or the cell nucleus, and this is the cytosolic space where the sodium positive ions would enter first, and after that they would traverse through this myelin sheath, through this particular area, through this myelin sheath they would traverse, and also from this myelin sheath present here, the sodium positive ions would enter directly through the myelin sheath into this space, or into the space of the space between the myelin sheath and the axon tunnel. Okay, so the sodium positive ions might enter here also during the impulse transaction, and it will also enter into the myelin sheath here. Okay, mainly the sodium positive ions are entering through the myelin sheath into the space that is present between the axon tunnel, this is the axon tunnel, and the myelin sheath or the myelin covering. And in this position in the cytosol, along with the sodium positive ions, the Ca2 plus ions are also entering. Right. Now what happens in this particular case is, when the sodium positive ions are entering into the myelin sheath right here, within the space between the axon tunnel and the myelin sheath, the inside of the myelin sheath would become positively charged, higher potential it would become, and the duration of that particular process of the myelin sheath, the inside of the myelin sheath becoming that or attaining that positive charge, the duration of that attainment or acquisition of that positive charge is only about 0.5 millisecond. Okay, 0.5 millisecond. From here, from minus 70 I am drawing. Okay, from minus 70, why I am drawing this minus 70, I will discuss in the course of my in the detail of my lecture nextly. From minus 70 it is beginning, and here let's say suppose I write 0.5 millisecond. Okay, so this is what this is how the graph is rising. Why? Because when the inside of the cell, inside of the myelin sheath or the nerve cell is becoming the positive charge or gaining the positive charge, then the voltage is rising from minus 70 or minus 60 or minus 80 to plus 30. These are all plus 20 plus 30. Okay, plus 10 plus 10 plus 30. Now this particular position here, where the impulse is rising up to plus 30, this particular area is known as, or this particular moment is known as the action potential. Action potential, which lasts for 0.5 second, this only for this 0.5 second it will happen. This entry of this Na2 plus Na sodium positive ions into this particular space, Na positive ion, Na plus in. Na plus in means Na plus is going inside. Now when the Na plus is going inside the myelin sheath or the neuronal cell, the duration, the attainment of that plus 30 charge would happen only for this 0.5 millisecond, this particular duration. Okay, up to 1 millisecond it would last. Up to 1 millisecond only it would last, and it would take only 0.5 millisecond of duration for this entire graph to rise up to the plus 30 from minus 70 or minus 80. And now when it comes to plus 30, that point is called the action potential, or it is also known as the spike potential. Okay. Spike potential. Spike potential means at this particular moment, the initiation of the signal transduction would begin. Okay, this is how the first step of the signal transduction would take place. It would initiate the process of the entire signal transduction via the subsequent neuronal cells. Now, once this plus 30 voltage is being attained, in the next moment, what would happen? From this starting from this 1 millisecond, this 1 millisecond right up here, due to the excess entry of the sodium positive ions inside the myelin sheath or the myelin cell, further entry of the sodium positive ions would not be permitted by this myelin sheath. Further entry would not be permitted by this myelin sheath, and the myelin sheath would close the Na positive gates, voltage gates of the sodium positive ions. In that case, what would happen? Due to the excess accumulation of the sodium positive ions within the myelin sheath, the potassium K plus ions will pop out. The K plus ions will the K plus ion channels will open. Okay, because this is when this action is known as the depolarization. Depolarization means the inside of the myelin sheath cells or the neural cells are becoming positive. Now when it is becoming too much positive, or the concentration of Na plus ions is crowding too much within the cell, then it would create the action potential, and further entry of the Na plus ions would be inhibited by blocking or closing the Na plus voltage gated Na plus ion channels. Now once when the Na plus ion channels are getting closed, the wave of depolarization would push outside the K positive ions, K plus ions, which were present inside the area of the cytosol or within the myelin sheath. Previously, that K positive ions that were present previously. Now when the K positive ions are going outside through the potassium gated ion channels, the K positive ions are being popped out or pushed outside. At that point, what would happen? This voltage would gradually reduce. Okay, this voltage would gradually reduce, and once it attains when it attains this particular once when it attains the 0 here. Okay, let me draw it first nicely. So yeah, so when from plus 30 the voltage is gradually reducing and the voltage gradually decreasing, it would attain the 0 here. Okay, so once the voltage is coming to 0, from that position it would create vigorous vigorous or random, very fast removal of the potassium ions. So this Na plus ion, K positive ions, this K plus ions would get outside. The K positive ions would get outside. That is, the K positive ion channels will open and the K positive ion channels will be pushed outside. Now this is what the phenomena of repolarization is. Repolarization sets in. Okay, at this 0. Now after 0, further, when the K plus ions are further being pushed out, the excess K plus ions are pushed out excessively from the inside of the myelin sheath towards the outside, then in that case what would happen? the voltage would decrease again to minus 70 here. Okay, minus 70 up to here the voltage would decrease, and here in order to decrease in this fashion, okay, this the lasting of this minus 70 or the repolarization voltage, that is the negative voltage, this lasts for about almost 5 seconds up to here. Up to here it would last. So from this 1 millisecond, the wave of repolarization was setting in. Repolarization means the K plus ions were pushed outside. Okay, due to the excess presence of the Na plus ions within the myelin sheath, the K plus ions were gradually pushed outside, and it was setting the wave of repolarization. Repolarization means the inside of the membrane was again attaining this minus voltage. And now when it is achieving the minus voltage, minus 70 voltage at the end of 2 millisecond or 2.1 millisecond, this entire minus voltage is lasting completely up to 5 millisecond. Then after 5 millisecond, again another wave of this depolarization would start. This particular wave again would start from another subsequent neuronal cell. Right. So this particular area right up here, this particular movement is called resting potential. Resting potential. Okay, this particular moment is called the resting potential. Now if somehow this voltage again drops below the minus 70, somehow this voltage again is dropping below minus 70, let's say up to minus 80 or minus 90 it is dropping. Okay, here it would be minus 80, minus 90 after that, and then it would be here minus 100. Okay, so I'm not writing minus 100, up to minus 80 if it's somehow it's happening, or minus 90 it's happening, then in that case this particular moment is called hyperpolarization. Hyperpolarization means that the membrane, the nerve cell membrane or the myelin sheath membrane is too much static. It is not further, it is not capable, or it has somehow lost that capability for gaining the depolarization again, or gaining that activity of transmitting the impulse again. So it is completely going into a resting stage, a super resting stage. I might mention the term specifically, a kind of super resting stage. Okay, it's completely getting stunted or paralyzed somehow. So that is happening when the voltage is decreasing below minus 70 millivolt. Minus 80 or minus 90 is going, that is called hyperpolarization. That is also a resting stage or super resting potential, I might say. So this is how the graphical depiction, this is how the this is what it is the way, this is what it is the way to understand that how the wave of depolarization and the wave of repolarization is helping in carrying an impulse or an electrical signal via the sodium and the potassium ion channels, gated ion channels, forward to the subsequent neuron or to the subsequent target cell finally. Okay.